Welcome to Surviving the Side Hustle, the show where driven entrepreneurs share the real stories, the real honest struggles, and the hard-won secrets behind performing at their best. I'm your host, Rob Tracy, a personal performance strategist and the founder of TAPS Coaching, where I partner with entrepreneurs to turn real effort into real momentum. Every week, I sit down with an owner-operator who's building something of their own, and we get past the highlight reel to find out what's actually working. Because the truth is, most people don't need more. They need to pay attention to what works for them and do more of that. So whatever you're building, let's stop spinning and start winning. We'll jump into the show right after this. If you're an entrepreneur or owner-operator who's working hard but feeling stuck spinning your wheels instead of building real momentum, I'd love to help. I want to invite you to a free strategy session with one of our performance strategists. We'll help you see what's actually working, what's holding you back, and the clearest next step to get your momentum going again. To claim your free strategy session, head over to survivingthesidehustle.com/free call. Again, that's survivingthesidehustle.com/free call. We'd love to talk to you. And now back to the episode. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Surviving the Side Hustle. This is a Friday recap episode, and I want to introduce you guys to him if you haven't listened to the full guest interview yet. This week's guest is Adam Torres, and he's the founder of Mission Matters and one of the most prolific interviewers in the podcasting world. The man has conducted nearly 7,000 interviews. His team has launched over 250 podcasts, produced more than 10,000 episodes, and built a full media ecosystem around business storytelling. He also spent almost 14 years in finance, managing over $200 million in assets before any of that happened. And he wrote the book, 1 Billion Podcasts, which makes the case that we are still in the absolute early innings of one of the biggest business opportunities alive right now. If you've ever wondered whether it's too late to start a podcast or whether your imperfect beginnings even matters, Adam is exactly the person you need to hear from. And just taking it from, if you haven't listened to the full interview yet, Adam did not set out to be this media guy. He moved to Los Angeles to manage money, not to be in the entertainment. His career in finance started at the age of 16. He was 16 years old and working at Raymond James and Associates, and he genuinely seemed to love it, he said. The pivot started when a mentor pushed him to write a book. Adam resisted, and he resisted hard. His words were, "I love this. Broke people write books." And he was moving millions of dollars. Why would he bother with a $10 product? But he listened to his mentor, put together what he called his ugly duckling, and it was a book called Money Matters that was far from polished. He started handing it out like a business card, and then the next thing he knew, he was on speaking tours in China. Cold LinkedIn connections were turning into real business. That scrappy little book cracked open something that he had not even expected. From there, a co-founder pushed him into podcasting. Adam did not know what a podcast was, and he decided to do it anyways. His first 300 episodes were literally unedited phone recordings uploaded directly from his phone. No production, no polish, just stories. And the audience grew. The thing, though, that stood out to me in the whole guest interview conversation was how often Adam had to fight his own resistance. He did not want to write the book, and he didn't want to launch the podcast. He was so afraid of being seen early on that he didn't even use his real name in the early days. His first show was called The Gratitude Show. One question, what are you grateful for? And he hid behind it. When the audience started to grow and people actually started following the mission that he gave them, it scared him, and he stopped. He literally shut it down because momentum felt like it was too much. And when he finally did launch the podcast that became Mission Matters, he was shameless about the rough audio, deflecting listener feedback with lines like, "I'll tell the editors to fix it," while editing nothing at all. The point is, the path was never clean. It was built on starts and stops, borrowed courage, and the whole lot of it just doing it anyways. And Adam's secret is deceptively simple. He started before he is ready. And he doesn't know, he doesn't let the ugly version stop him from shipping it. The first self-published book with the imperfect cover still got him to China. The unedited phone call podcast that still built the audience. He's not reckless about what he's doing, he's strategic underneath, but he has trained himself to act before conditions are perfect. He said it himself, I don't want to do anything, but I do it anyways. That is not laziness followed by discipline. That is a man who understands the gap between knowing and doing is where most people get stuck, and he refuses to live in that gap. Hey, what's up? Sorry for the interruption. It's Rob. One quick thing before we keep going. If you're feeling stuck or like you've lost the momentum that you used to have, here's a simple, free first step. Take the assessment at gettheprime.com. In just a few minutes, it'll show you exactly where you're leaking momentum so you can get that ball rolling again with the Prime app. It's completely free. So if you're new here, this is the best place to start. Go ahead to gettheprime.com and take the free assessment. All right, let's get back into it. He also talked about the massive opportunity in podcasting right now. And he's comparing it to what YouTube was when there were only like 1 million channels out there. His point was, if the data tells you to move, you move. You do not wait until everybody else sees it too. Now, what Adam is describing maps directly into a few of the Prime performance principles. And I come back to it again and again. The first thing that Adam really resonates or aligns with me in the Prime performance process is clarity. Adam had clarity about the business case for the book, for the podcast, for the anthology model. Even when the execution was messy, he knew what the move was before he knew how to make it perfectly. That clarity gave him permission to start ugly. The second thing that really sticks out to me is resilience. Every time he stopped, every time he hid, he came back. The gratitude show got shelved when it started to scare him, but the drive to connect and tell stories never left. He redirected it. And the third really is opportunity. Adam is literally writing books about seeing opportunity before the crowd does. He drew the YouTube parallel right here on the show, and it was a gut check for everybody who was listening. The through line in everything I teach is that awareness before action creates momentum. Adam did not stumble into success. He stayed aware enough to recognize the signal in each and every ugly beginning and kept moving towards it. So if that guest conversation lit something up for you, go get Adam's book. It's called 1 Billion Podcasts, and you can grab it completely free at number1billionpodcast.com. So it's the number one. So just 1billionpodcast.com. No catch, no credit card, nothing. He also gives away more free content than just about anybody else in the podcasting world or just in general. So go follow him on Instagram at Ask Adam Torres. Click the link in his bio and you will find even more free resources there. So whether you are thinking about starting a podcast, already have one, or just want to understand where this industry is heading, the book is the best place to start. So Adam, again, thank you for coming on and being so honest about the resistance, the hiding, the ugly first steps, and the long game it took to actually build something real. I think the story is going to stick with a lot of people. And the one thing I want to leave everybody listening today with is your version 1 doesn't have to be good. It has to exist though. Adam handed out a book with an imperfect cover and ended up on speaking tours across the world. He recorded unedited phone calls and built an audience anyways. The ugly duckling is still a duck. So whatever you've been waiting to start it. If you want to hear the full conversation with Adam Torres, head over to survivingthesidehustle.com. And if the show is adding value to your journey, follow us so you never miss another episode. Until next week, guys, peace, 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 peace. All right, sweet. That's a wrap on this week's episode of Surviving the Side Hustle. If this conversation gave you something that you can use, do me a favor and follow the show. And then please leave a quick rating and review wherever you listen. It genuinely helps more entrepreneurs find these stories, and it helps spread the word of our guests. And if someone came to mind while you were listening, do us both a favor and share the episode their way. You can connect with me and find everything that we mentioned over at survivingthesidehustle.com. Until next time, remember, pay attention to what works for you and then do more of that. That's how you stop spinning and start winning.